Well, g'day, and welcome back again to Jiaoqing. And today, as you can see behind us, it is absolutely belting down with rain at the moment. There is a little coffee shop over to our right over here. We've actually got a English Corner meeting in around about 40 minutes. I checked my weather app on my phone, saw that the rain was due here in 22 minutes, so I raced out, jumped on my bike, got here early. This is meant to be lasting for about an hour. It was quite nice earlier. Now it is absolutely belting down. There's a fairly good wind blowing through. Wow. And so we got 40 minutes to kill. I figured while we're here, we're going to do some responses to comments because I enjoy doing these. So most of these are coming off the video, the lies people say about China, where we were talking about, well, two people in particular and a little bit about BBC and referenced a couple of other videos. Wow, there's some lightning up there as well. It's going to get, it's going to be pretty wild for about an hour. Oh, there it goes. So let's have a look at some comments here. And we've also just hit 2,000 subscribers. So thanks a lot, guys. You guys are awesome. So here we go. I am going to name names now. I don't normally, but I figure they're in the comment section. You can all read them anyway, so it doesn't matter. So from Something Wong 888. Why do Guilo living in China have the same title on your video? I don't know from that if you mean Guilo 60 and living in China, or is there a channel called Guilo living in China? I don't know. I haven't heard of that one if there is. As for why we have the same title, pure coincidence. I'm not sure who you're talking about. If it is Guilo 60 or living in China, I've never met either of them, so I don't know. Alvino 2211, thank you. You're welcome. Spreading the truth might be harder than spreading lies, but I think it's more worthwhile. Right, who's this? Yamheu 3089. Why can't you get to the point? Why? Because I like to take my time. There's no rush. If you look at my videos, go through my list, I don't do short videos. I like to take my time. I like what I do. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. It's that simple. From Passed By 8070. Thanks for putting videos out in my origin home city of Jiaoqing. It is a third tier city that does not get much of international attention. Yeah, you're welcome. It's a great place. I love the place. Very, very happy to be here. I am curious, if this is your home city, where are you now? I don't know if I'm yelling too loud. I don't know how well this microphone's picking me up, but there's a lot of noise above us from this rain. Yeah, where are you now? And no worries. Wow, more lightning up there. Wow, that's a good one. Right. Holy cow. HKOJISM. Let them spread the fake news and make those people keep underestimating China. Failure to understand your enemy will lead to defeat. Know the enemy and know yourself, and you will win 100 battles from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Yeah, I mean, if people want to keep thinking China's some backwards little country with no technology and no this and no that, well, that's up to you, you know. But you will, oh, there's a train going over the bridge behind us. You will underestimate things. Yeah, understanding your enemy, that's, you know, a very good thing. Frankie Skew 4141 says nice. Thanks. Nothing more to say. FFFUU4444. These two buffoons, Serpent ZA and Laoway86, are making a career out of bad-mouthing China. For now, it seems lucrative as the anti-China fervour is hitting an all-time high in the US, fully backed by the political elites, hell-bent on blindsiding their constituents from seeing their own failures. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely making a career out of it. There's no question about that. They make plenty of money, I believe, from what they're doing. Although, with things like this, what was his name, iSpeed character coming to China, and with the Xiaohongshu thing, I don't know that the anti-China is at a all-time high with the people. With the politicians and the people with vested interests, yeah, maybe they're pushing harder than ever. From what I see, and I'm not in America, I don't know, but from what I see from outside, it doesn't seem like it's anywhere near what it was, but we'll see. From Mike C4845. Okay, iSpeedy in the next comment. iSpeedy, who was doing live feeds from China with 38 million live viewers, destroyed these two snakes named Winston Frederick Sturzel and his boyfriend Matt, i.e. Laoway86. So much so that they are crying over lost viewership on their channels. They keep making up new YouTube channels, giving false perceptions they have inside knowledge of China they no longer know. Yeah, they have been crying about their viewership. It's quite funny. I don't see much of it. I don't go watching their channels, but I see clips from their channels on other channels debunking their garbage. And yeah, seeing them complaining about falling viewership. If you continually lie to people, you are going to have falling viewership. People are going to eventually go, well, you're not worth following anymore. I'm not learning anything worth learning off of you. And yeah, their inside knowledge, is, when did they leave China? I think they left China early 2019. So, they haven't been here for 6-7 years. They don't know what's going on the ground. They've got no idea. They're making crap up. They're using old clips from old videos and trying to make it sound like it's something that's happening now. It's just, they're just pathetic, and they're disgusting human beings. From I'm a Poke Guy, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I knew these two lowlife. Did you actually know them personally? I feel very, very sorry for you if you had to, wow, there we go again. Feel very sorry for you if you had to put up with them in your life for any period of time. Okay, 80 KKW, 86 Laoway and the South African Serpent called Serpent SAZA are the China-hating duo. I don't watch their spurious videos. First of all, it's Laoway86, not 86 Laoway. 86 Laoway debunks their videos. He's worth watching. Laoway86, yeah, they're not worth watching their rubbish videos. All right, here we go. SIAC 777. How much are you paid by the CCP to make this video? What is the source of your information? The CC Propaganda MSN? Right, first, I'm not paid anything by anybody. My channel has been eligible to be monetized for nearly a year now. I haven't monetized it. I don't do this to make money. I'm not paid by anybody to give my personal views. Go back and watch my videos. Occasionally I will talk about specific things like we did in the video we're commenting on here. But most of the time I'm simply walking around showing what I see. And what I talk about is what you can see in the video. If you've got a problem with someone talking about what they see, then you're a bit strange. What's the source of your information? Mainly my own two eyes. So let me reverse the question. What's the source of your information? Have you been to China? Have you got any actual facts that can dispute anything I say? Come at me with some actual facts and I will happily retract anything I've said. But otherwise, you know, I'm going to trust people who are living here and making videos from here and seeing life here with their own two eyes over somebody who I suspect has never been to China, has only ever listened to anti-China propaganda. Who's paying me? What about all the anti-China propaganda that I think it was $1.8 billion was appropriated in the United States Congress, specifically to badmouth China, specifically to spread anti-China propaganda. So, yes, maybe I am being paid, but there's a whole lot of people on the other side who are being paid as well. Are you calling them out and offering the same criticism on that side? Or are you simply biased? And if you think I'm being paid by anybody to do what I do, bring some evidence. Show any evidence you can. You're not going to manage. Right, next. Weikank. W-E-I-K-A-N-K. You gone viral in this video. Congratulations. Yeah, it did pretty well. Not as viral, I did mention in the comment, not as viral as my drone video, but yeah, I'm very, very happy with the video. And from the same person, love your talk, subscribed. Thanks. I did go and have a look at your channel. I've subscribed in return, so there you go. Look forward. I haven't actually had a look through the channel yet. Looks like he is learning English and sort of documenting his journey, so I am going to go back and have a look at some of the stuff. Okay, from GenMe4796. What is so special about the city you live in, Jiaoqing? I'm just curious. I'm looking for a place to retire and I'm in my 50s. The city looks nice, but I am American and used to the Western life, but it's just costing so much. It's insane and I don't think I can keep up even with a good income, but when I'm old, I don't want to struggle. Okay, so the Western lifestyle. I don't specifically know what you mean by that. Because yes, Western lifestyle is a great big overarching thing. I like the Western lifestyle too. There's lots of things I love about it. Most of what I enjoy, I can get here in Jiaoqing. If you go somewhere like Shenzhen or Guangzhou, Shanghai, probably Beijing, you're going to have a lot more access to things like Western food, probably Western activities. I know in Guangzhou, you know, they do Gaelic football if you're Irish. They do Australian football if you're Australian. They probably do American football. There's baseball teams. There's none of that stuff here in Jiaoqing. But I'm a bit beyond playing sports, so I don't mind that so much. The advantage to this place, A, it's much cheaper to live. It's much cheaper than going to Guangzhou or Shenzhen. And yet we're very, very close to those places. So it's not hard to jump on a train. You know, it's an hour to Guangzhou. It's a little bit longer to Shenzhen. You got Foshan just up the road as well. There's Macau and Hong Kong, not that far away. Yeah, really, it depends if you're going to retire here. It really depends on your finances. If you really want Western food and stuff, you might be better in Shenzhen, Guangzhou. It is going to cost more. That's something you would have to investigate. Maybe I should try and contact a couple of YouTubers who live in Guangzhou and Shenzhen and maybe do a live, or maybe not live, but do a video chat with them and talk about this subject, about the difference between the cities. That might be an interesting thing. We might try and contact some people. As for life costing so much in America, yeah, I know. It's the same in Australia. Life has gotten very, very expensive. And it's one of the, everybody raves about how capitalism is so much better than communism, which, really China's not that communist. It's more socialist. It's got lots of elements of capitalism within it. But just straight up capitalism in America especially, and it's probably worse in America than just about anywhere, from my understanding, where companies are required, I believe, by law to maximize their profits. What are they going to do? They're going to put their prices up. They're going to charge whatever they can get away with. If maximizing your profits is your primary concern, then it's going to cost everybody an arm and a leg. It's, well, that's rain starting to lighten off. That's good. I would recommend China as a place to retire if you've got the money. I mean, if you've got some sort of pension or some form of income, or you've got good life savings, you can come here and come to one of these smaller cities. You can buy an apartment for a very reasonable price. I'm not actually sure how much. I haven't bought a place myself, but it's going to be much cheaper than your Guangzhous and Shenzhens. Or get out somewhere smaller. I would strongly recommend Yunfu Sing Sing. I love that place. I go there every holidays. It's much, much smaller than even here, but it's still close enough that you can get to these places. And they've got the intercity rail line being built there. So there's lots of advantages to here. There's disadvantages too. It can be more inconvenient to get certain things. But with all the online shopping now and next day delivery, it's not that bad. Right, Dark Alpha 2011. How do we know that he's not part of the CCP propaganda machine? Many of the people that suffered under the tyranny of communism will never believe a word from his mouth. How do we know that he's not part? I take it you're talking about me. Well, because I don't bend to anybody's will, I do as I please. As you see by my videos, a lot of people say my videos are too long. I don't care. I do what I do because I enjoy what I do. Many of the people that suffered under the tyranny of communism. Well, go back and watch the video. Have a look in the background of all the people when I was at the shopping centre walking around. How many of them looked like they were suffering under the tyranny? Yes, in the past, bad things happened in China. But bad things happen everywhere. Governments do bad things. Governments make mistakes. Yes, I believe the Chinese government made mistakes in the past. I believe they still do make mistakes, but they're trying their best. Tell me a country with a government that doesn't make any mistakes. Not only doesn't make any mistakes, mistakes might even be wrong. Tell me a government that 100% of their population agrees with what that government is doing. I'll wait. Right, from Jenny O'Hara, 4011. In today's time, how can you lie about the state of any country? China especially, as it's so large and populous. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people living here and showing day-to-day life from many different angles. There's people like me just most of the time just walking around and showing what things are like here. There's other people who are, you know, going and showing you food stuff, going and showing you, you know, talking about political stuff. Jerry's Take on China does a lot of different subjects. You've got other people debunking all these idiots who just know nothing. And yet and then on the other side, you've got people like that. What's his name? I can't remember the names. I don't follow any of these idiots. But we've got, you know, some guy, Carl something, who has been saying that, oh, China's months away from economic collapse. And he's been saying this for 20 years. Months away. It's been years, we're still waiting. You know, how long can you listen to these people and every one of their predictions doesn't come true? How long before you think, well, this guy's obviously has no idea what he's talking about? Right, from Change XP 2TS, the truth will always surface no matter how much lies they throw on China. Yeah, the truth will always find a way. Right, from Louis Vang 1927, 56 minorities and 56 religions living together with no wars and ethnic cleansing, that deserves a wow. Muslims living with non-Muslims, no wars, no hate, that's China. Yeah. Yeah, can't argue with that. I mean, there's no wars. I would say there is conflict. There will be conflict between different people from time to time. I don't see it. It's very, very rare. You know, we had there's been a lot of bad-mouthing about Xinjiang, but there was terrorist stuff happening in Xinjiang not that many years ago. So to say there's no conflict would be wrong, but yeah, there's no major stuff. People here, I mean, that's one of the things I love about this place is love and hate. People generally just focus on themselves. They don't worry about what other people are saying or thinking or doing. If it doesn't affect them, they don't care. And there's good and bad about that. We had a comment here from Asian Jaywalker. No, lol, what are you even talking about? Holy heck, that was weird. I don't even know what you're talking about. From MyTube 30005, you're wasting time. There are so many people in denial that they can't accept the fact about China. No matter what you say and show, they won't believe. We would rather you show us the real China as you see it. To me, that is more valuable. I don't even want to watch a video of you debunking them. Sorry. No worries, don't watch. I'm not fussed. It's no skin off my nose. Like I say, I don't do this for views or anything. I do this because I enjoy doing this. And yeah, most of the time it is me walking around showing the countryside. And that's what I will be doing most of the time. But occasionally there are issues come up that I just have to comment on. You know, I do often think about getting into doing more debunking, but it's not something I'm especially keen on. So no, it's not going to become a big thing, but there will be occasions. And if you don't like those videos, don't watch them. It's no skin off my nose. If you're watching the other videos, great. You know, learn what you want to learn from my channel and the same with others. And you're wasting your time, well, just from the views on the video, I don't think I was. It went really well. Like I said, when we were talking about other YouTubers, there's going to be content that you like and content that draws in other people. Not everybody's taste is the same, and I appreciate that. You know, I'm not going to, if you don't want to watch this video, I'm not going to hold it against you. I know there's YouTubers that I don't watch because I don't like their content. Blondie in China would be one we mentioned in the YouTubers video. She does a great job. She's very, very good. But I'm just not interested in food, so I don't really watch her channel. You know, it's not to say they do a bad job or anything, but yeah, you've got to find what you enjoy and enjoy it. Right, from KBMB IZZ1940. I find it really disgusting the way people lie, whore their morals for some monetary gains. I also understand why. I live in the wealthiest nation. Our Congress appropriates around 90 billion a year for anti-China propaganda. I don't know that it's that much, but there's a lot of money spent on anti-China propaganda. It's ridiculous. As for disgusting the way people lie, whoring their morals for monetary gains, yeah, it's pretty sad, but each to their own, I guess. Tina somewhere 2989 US Fox News, even worse. Yeah, I don't watch Fox News. I don't see much reporting on what Fox News have said, so I can't comment. I'll take your word for it. Toy Techno, if you don't mind not having freedom of speech, open access to the internet or democracy, then you will love China. Well, another stupid comment. We do have freedom of speech here, but there are rules around freedom of speech. So one of the things that people complain about is the online thing. You have freedom of speech, but if you are joining a forum, like joining WeChat or the Chinese Douyin or Xiaohongshu or whatever, when you join an internet platform, you have to put in your ID number. Or your phone number. You have to be able to show that you are a real person, and if you do something wrong, if you slander someone, you can be held to account. Another train coming over the line. Freight train? Yes, it's a freight train. Yeah, this whole freedom of speech thing is garbage. Every country that has any semblance of freedom of speech also has limitations on that. The difference is where you draw the line. Open access to the internet. Here I am on YouTube. What's the problem? What site can I not see when I'm in China? Or democracy. Well, we have democracy too. It's just different to your kind of democracy. I actually prefer... See, I've always thought the Chinese system is actually very similar to Australia. In Australia, you vote for your local representative. Whichever party holds the most seats, that party is in government, and that party elects who they want to be their leader. We don't elect our Prime Minister in Australia. The Parliament does. As was seen with Rudd and Gillard and who were the guys on the Liberal side? Turnbull and Abbott. You know, they all got voted out by the Parliament, not by the people. So yeah, in China, the locals elect the local membership. The local membership elects the next level. The next level, I don't know how many levels there are actually, but you know, eventually the National Congress elects their leader. You know, that's just another uneducated comment from someone who listens to too much propaganda. And someone commented under there, I responded to the comment, someone else responded, another product of the American ideology assembly line. Yeah, beautiful comment, nicely said. Thank you very much for willing bashing the bad people who keep lying about China. I don't know that I bash them. I just try and debunk their lies. I don't really want to go bad-mouthing people. I probably do in the heat of the moment from time to time. From Abrams 9909. One of the problems with YouTube is this platform encourages content creators to create messages that viewers want to hear regardless of its accuracy. I started watching Serpent ZA and Laoway 86 several years ago because their critiques of China initially resonated with my experience. It soon became clear that their content started creeping towards outright lies and misrepresentation in order to please their viewers who come just to hear terrible things about China. Now their content is pure misleading propaganda. Yeah, when I first came to China, they were two of the first channels, two of the first two creators that I started following when I started trying to learn more about China once I got here. They did have things that they didn't like, and a lot of them gelled with me. You know, the way people drive, you know, ride bikes. You know, not to say that, you know, at the time I thought, oh, they're terrible. But, you know, as I've been here longer, I've learned, well, no, it's not so much that they're terrible. The way they do it works. And it seems to work pretty well. Yes, there's accidents, but there's accidents in every country. It's just the only real difference is I come from a different background and have grown up with different rules, and I'm used to those rules, and I find the rules here odd. But yeah, so I started watching them, and then yeah, they just started around the time when they were planning to leave China. They started. See, I actually quit following them before they left China because they were just starting to, some of the things they were starting to say. And so yeah, I haven't watched them since. The only time I see them is when someone else that I follow does a video about them. So yeah, they used to do pretty good stuff. Right, Happy Haha, this man is paid by China, obviously. Yeah, I am paid by China. I'm paid by my school to work as a teacher. It's the only thing I'm paid for in China. Earth Whiz, there's some serious money involved. The USA recently budgeted $1.6 billion towards bad-mouthing China. Standard operating procedure for the US and its allies, vassal states, to justify evil actions towards whoever they want to bring down. For example, the supposed Uyghur genocide, which is about as true as WMDs in Iraq, a lie that scored them a massively profitable war. The Western mainstream media is the finest mainstream media money can buy, and the major recipients of that, $1.6 billion. Can't say any more to that, you know, absolutely. All right, how are we looking for time here? We've been going just over 30 minutes. All right, we're gonna finish up there. This rain is easing off. We're 7 minutes from the time we're meant to be down at this coffee place for our English Corner meeting. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to everybody who commented. There's lots more comments here. Yeah, I do, you know, thanks heaps. And thanks to all the subscribers. You know, that video brought in a lot more subscribers. Like I said to one of the commenters, this is the political stuff and debunking stuff is not what I normally do on this channel. This channel is about just walking around showing your day-to-day life. But I do vary my content from time to time. I do like to show different types of stuff. You know, variation keeps me interested, keeps me thinking, keeps me learning. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Questions or comments down in the comment section. And if you have anything you would like to learn about life here in China, as always, down in the comment section. Anything about China, Guangdong, especially here in Zhaoqing or other places that I know. Yeah, if you come up with a good idea, we'll go away, do some research, and look at making a video for you. So yeah, don't be shy. Hit us up with ideas. I'm always happy for ideas for content because I'm not going to think of everything that people might be interested in. Let me know what you're interested in. But for now, we're off to the English Corner. Thanks everybody for watching. If you've made it this far, well done. And we will see you all in the next one. Cheers.